Describe your ego.
My ego, a monster. Yeah, my ego. I think I've been feeding my ego a little bit too much throughout the years. Just trying to be the best and trying to look the best and to prove everybody wrong, and I think it consumed me a little bit. So I see it as a monster. I see it as a necessary monster or a necessary thing, but I let it grow too much. So now I'm trying to shrink it.
So in terms of feedback you get from your students, what do you learn from them about yourself?
Well, what I learned is that I'm usually quite insecure, and I tend to think that that I have probably not much to share, or that people shouldn't learn from me. But actually they teach me the opposite. They teach me that they see me as a role model, and they learn from me, and that they value the way I treat them, and they value what the type of knowledge they get from me. So that's always a boost of confidence. Yeah.
Talking about failure and success now,
Yes.
How important is success in your work and daily life?
Unfortunately, it's too important. But I'm trying to change that. I think I've been driven way too much by success and challenges and on to the next one, and always wanted to get this recognition. If you are successful all the time, you just don't think. You just continue. It's like you put yourself on a tram track, and there you go. And I don't think that's healthy.
Where does it come from?
Okay, so it is kind of funny. I have this ability to, as I said before, once I just decide I'm going to do something, I just follow the path. And it doesn't matter what happens around me. So somehow I decided, I want to become this international expert on thermoplastic composites. And so I was just going and not really looking around. And then I got really nice projects, and I got an interview about those projects for Delta. And then one of the questions in the interview was like, what do you think about sustainability? This was like 5 years ago or something like that. What do you think about sustainability? Are you a sustainable person? And then it really hit me. It's like, oh, I forgot to think about that. And it sounds really horrible because it's a big issue. But somehow I just forgot to think about that. And that interview, that question actually kind of turned everything around. And then I started thinking about it, and then I started studying, and actually kind of got me into trouble.
Explain.
Yeah, I will. Because, I was so happy just following my path with the thermoplastic composites and all that, and, all these investigations about technologies and stuff. And then the sustainability little voice started, gaining power in me. And then I started questioning, okay, is this what I should be doing? Is this an urgent problem to solve? Is this a societal problem that I'm solving? What is my contribution? And then I got to the answer, actually, I should be doing something else.
Can you blend the sustainable ambassador with the associate professor?
Yes. And I've been thinking a lot about this. And I think that something that is really interesting about being an academic is that you have to teach, you're expected to teach, and you supervise people, young researchers, and I realized along the years that that's really powerful, that you can really make an impact on their lives, and you can inspire them to be better persons and to see things differently. So I consider myself really lucky that I'm in this position where I have access to all these young minds.
But talking about working with people who have a background in other domains,
Yes.
the multidisciplinary approach, how does it impact you?
So I chose to focus on this very, very specific small area. And I really did not feel the need to work with people. Of course, there's always people with other backgrounds, but not a big difference from what I am or what I do. But now that I'm looking at things from a bigger perspective, especially from the sustainability point of view, I really see that we need to work all together, and many disciplines have to come together. There's always a difficulty in terms of communication. We seem to speak different languages, right? So it takes a while to first settle or to make sure everybody's understanding each other. But I think it's really beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to opening up and being able to work with, biologists or philosophers. It's very scary, but at the same time, I feel I need to do it.
So what would you say to this 6-year-old girl in Madrid, in Spain?
Yeah. Be yourself. Don't be scared. It is okay. I'm Irene Fernandez Villegas, associate professor at TU Delft, but I'm much more than that. I'm a human.